it's Casey, the Chakra Lady, and I'm here to give you your October 2017 Tarot forecast. This will be a reading that you can check in with all month long to help you stay spiritually aligned and focused on your personal growth. We're going to start with tuning in, getting grounded and tuning in. And I want to share with you a mantra that I use not only to tune in when I'm doing tarot readings, but I use it for, it's actually a Kundalini practice, Kundalini yoga, as taught by Yogi Bhajan. And this tuning in mantra is really powerful. In Gurmukhi, it goes Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And in English, that basically means I bow to the one, I bow to the teacher within. And it connects you, like plugs you right into your higher self. And it is really a good practice to get into finding the best way for you. It may be this mantra, it may be something else, but finding a way to tap into your higher self, getting out of the ego and into a space of limitless perspective. And that means tapping into divine energy or source energy. So I'll walk you through that mantra. I'm also going to be using a Tibetan singing bowl to clear the energy and set sacred space around us. It also helps to harmonize the cells in my body, get everything in a place of balance, and it just sounds pretty. So it's a great way to get yourself in the mood to read your tarot cards. So let's begin with the mantra. I'll ring the bell and then we'll tap into the cards. Okay, so you'll take a deep breath. Pull the energy up along the spine, roll the eyes towards the crown of the head. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Now, if you're joining me, please take a moment to take a deep breath, connect your root chakra to the earth, feel the energy of the earth below you, and listen to the sound of the bell to help balance your body's energies. So now we're all tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, and we're ready to do some tarot work. This spread is kind of exciting because we're going to be pulling 3 cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be seeking for the first card, a card from the Major Arcana. So this is a card that will be part of the 22 trump cards in the deck, having to do with the archetypal like energies that we all face throughout our lives. And this card is going to represent our main developmental theme for the month of October. So it's sort of a thing that we want to stay focused on. And so I'm going to pull from the top of the deck, now that I've shuffled and cleared it. I'm going to pull from the top of the deck until I find a major card. All right, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. All right. So this is a card that I've seen recently in monthly forecasts. It's Justice, and Justice reversed. And it's so interesting to me, given the larger global context that we find ourselves in. There's so much injustice happening. It's almost infuriating. I can't watch the news. I can barely get on Facebook. I have to very much control what I'm allowing in media-wise because there's so much overwhelming fear-mongering, sadness, people hurting people, and it's not right. And I know I struggle with what can I do as an individual to help make the world a better place. But I think that the answer lies somewhere in this card, meditating with it, working with it, coming into a really clear perspective on what's your relationship to justice and that virtue. What does it mean to you, and how do you live a just life? I think that one of the things I want you to remember while you're working with this card this month is to be really stop and ask yourself, am I being fair to myself? Because I think it starts with how we treat ourselves, and then it extends into how we treat others. And if you're not fair to yourself, you're probably not going to be fair to others either. So practice on yourself by being kind to yourself, by listening to your instincts, by checking in with your heart space regularly. Because I think deep down we all know when things are fair or not. It's like, if you look at my son, he's a toddler. He's 3 years old and he already has a better understanding of justice than most adults, I think. It's hardwired into us to say, you know, that's not fair, this is fair. And one of the things I see as a healer happening regularly, and I do it to myself still, is that we treat ourselves unfairly by punishing ourselves more than once for the same mistake. Have you ever noticed that? That you make a mistake and then you just repeatedly sort of torment yourself about it over and over again, as if paying for it the first 10 times wasn't enough? That's pretty fucked up. So I ask you to stop doing that this month and try your best to forgive yourself, and then see how that starts to affect your outer relationships. In a greater global concept, working with justice means, you know, standing up for others when you think they're being treated unfairly and it's being placed right in front of you. I don't mean sharing the latest, you know, whatever's going around Facebook and saying, there, I did my social justice work for the day. I mean actually speaking up in a situation where it's right in front of you. Maybe it's at the office and you notice that the boss is treating a female coworker unfairly due to her sex, or maybe you see someone who is gay or lesbian being treated unfairly for their for loving who they love. I mean, it can be anything that you think is wrong and it's happening right in front of you. Stand up and say something. It takes a lot of guts, I know, to do that, but you will make a difference in the world and be activating social justice if you do. So justice, justice, justice. That's going to be on our mind this month, October. You can think of it now as the month of righting the wrongs, being fair to yourself and others, and thinking about your relationship to justice. So our second card is going to be, I'm looking for a court card. This is one of the kings, queens, pages, or knights. And this is going to represent the best mental attitude to cultivate this month. All right, so we'll see what card comes up for that one. None of these are yet a court card. Could take us a while. It's kind of a fun way to do it though. Ah, here we are. The Knight of Wands. He's also reversed. All right, let's take a look at this character. Riding a fiery steed, carrying a big wand, covered in armor, charging ahead, riding into the desert. So bravery, courage, integrity, these are concepts that will definitely benefit you in terms of journeying towards manifestation, journeying towards your self-actualized life. In terms of the relationship with the first card, I think it's a really cool combo to have a knight here instead of maybe a king or queen, because knights represent, you know, action, taking action. And when it comes to righting injustices, who better to employ than a knight? And the Knight of Wands, no less. The Knight of Wands is the knight of fire, passion, spirit, creativity. And so what I want you to consider cultivating in your mind this month is thinking about ways in which you, in particular, have the opportunity to maybe set off on a quest of some kind that involves creating something new and making changes, taking action in the world around you. Now, the reversal indicates to me that you might find it difficult to get started. Maybe there's some fear. Maybe there's some lethargic energy you need to take care of. Like you don't have the energy to get up and go. You're not feeling inspired. Maybe you're afraid to rush into things and you want to be cautious. And that's okay. Think about it. Think about what the just and fair thing to do and take your action with some wisdom backing it. You know, don't just rush into things, but really think about it carefully before you ride into the desert. You know, make sure your bags are packed and you're prepared. So I want you to be thinking in a way that, you know, again, I see a lot of social justice and change in the air, but it being more of a personal nature in your own life, in your own backyard. The last card is our action card, so it's going to give us a little more clarity on how to specifically move forward this month. And again, this is all about living a more self-actualized and spiritually aligned existence. So for those of you watching this, whenever you're watching this, it means that in order to be the better version of yourself, and even though there might be hundreds of us taking this particular reading's advice, we're each going to apply it a little bit differently, and that's okay. So this card's going to help us take that more specific action. And I'm looking for one of the minor arcana cards now. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords, and it is in reverse. So here's our card, upside down, right side up. Okay, so this is a character having to do with honesty and integrity again. You can also say it's a card of stealthiness and sneakiness. But in reverse, I feel as though what we're being called to do is to come clean, to be honest about something that maybe we have been dishonest about for quite a long time. So on the extreme end of things, this means coming out of the closet, whatever that means to you. It doesn't necessarily mean you know, announcing to the world that you're gay or bisexual, but being honest about how you really feel about something. I felt like I had to come out as a tarot reader. I was terrified to tell people I read tarot cards because in my community, it's not always accepted and people judge you. But you know what? It's better to be judged for who you really are than to live a lie. And this card, and now coming back to that Justice card, does this make a little more sense? We're going to be asked to be brave and to think carefully about how we set out on our quests, and we are being asked to come clean. So it's a big month. Woo! A lot of energy there to handle, a lot of big themes, a lot of work to do on communication and being authentic with ourselves. But if you're gentle with yourself in the process of this journey and you rely on your close friends and family who you know will support you, surround yourself with people who make you feel safe and supported and loved, then this process will be so much easier. I don't want to see you trapped in the lies you've created, in the walls you've built around yourself. Get out of them, come out into the world, be who you really are. That is the right thing to do. There are too many people who are living unfairly, and that unfairness is not coming from an external oppressor. The oppressor that we need to deal with is right in here, first and foremost. It's not Donald Trump. It's not even a person holding a gun to your head. It is in your own mind first. Once you can get past that, then the external stuff becomes so much more, so much easier to deal with. So I encourage you to reach out to those who will support you. If you want to do a private reading with me to gain more clarity, you're always welcome to visit chakralady.com and sign up for an email reading with me. I would love to help you. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video if you like it, and I look forward to having more of a relationship with you soon. Namaste. Satnam. Bye-bye.